I'm Eric Hörst from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I'm a rock climber. I've been climbing about 37 years and started back in the 70s and was pretty much an elite climber throughout the 80s into the early 90s, and then kind of shifted gears, and though I still climb a lot, the focus in recent years has been as a climbing coach, writing climbing books that have been published and translated around the world. And in recent years, it's been exciting to have two sons who have really taken to the sport and are climbing quite hard for their age. How does someone from the Amish country of Pennsylvania get into climbing? Well, you know, for me it was my older brother, Kyle, who when he was, I guess, a senior in high school, went to a science camp in West Virginia, and they introduced him to rock climbing at Seneca Rocks. And you know, I was probably 10 or 11 years old at the time. So he came home and had photos and told stories, and I'm like, wow, you know, I want to do that. And of course my mom said, no way, you know, my 10-year-old son's not going climbing. So I guess my mom had kind of at that point said, when you're a teenager, you can get into climbing. And literally on my 13th birthday, the weekend of my 13th birthday, my brother took me out on my first rock climbing trip. And from there, it was, you know, it was love.
I met Eric just after I graduated from college at an internship at a rehab facility, and found out he was a rock climber. And I was always into new adventure. Knew nothing about rock climbing, so I said I'd love to go. So he took me rock climbing at a small area here in Lancaster County called Chickies Rock. I did the climb, and when I got to the top, there was a beautiful sunset, and I thought, this is the most awesome guy. And from then on, we spent every day together.
I love being outdoors with the kids. You know, though we go to the crags, it's about the boys first. You know, Lisa and I spend a lot of time belaying, Cam and John, so they can do their projects. But we do like to, you know, both of us get on routes. And, you know, I've enjoyed setting some hard routes this past season. And actually, I kind of feel I've maybe breathed a little new life into my climbing after all these years by being out at the crags. Seeing Cam and John do what they do has, like, you know, been a little bit of a reawakening for me. You know, the boys, you know, I feel like I'm chasing them now, and being, you know, climbing 513 at you know, basically age 50, I feel good about. So for nearly 30 years, you know, to be able to climb pretty consistently at a high level, you know, I'm happy. Climbing, it's not just a sport for me, it's part of life for me. It's part of who I am. It's not something that I project to a day where I will retire from climbing. You know, I hope I'll climb in my 70s and 80s on easy climbs, because that experience of being outdoors, moving over stone, is really a transcendent experience. You don't have to climb hard to get that experience. So, you know, I'd like to think that, well, I talk about being a climber for life, and I've been doing it for 37 years and probably will continue to do it for many years to come. So.